In today's lesson, we will be doing next P1 exam, starting with the question number 1. How permeable are the cell wall and the cell membrane in plants? The cell wall has function in maintaining shape and preventing osmotic lysis. And cell membrane has main function in the transport of materials. So the cell wall will be completely permeable, fully permeable, and the cell membrane will be partially permeable. The answer will be B. The diagram shows an arthropod using the key what correctly identifies the arthropod in the picture. The answer will be C. It has 6 legs. Question number 3. What statement about diffusion are correct? Number 1, molecules move from high concentration to low concentration. Yes. Only occurs within living organism. It can occur in non-living systems too. Rate slows down as the temperature increases. Now, rate actually increases with the temperature increase. So the answer will be B. Question number 4. Some ways in which molecules may move into and out of the cell are listed. Molecules move from higher concentration to low concentration. Number 2, molecules move from a lower concentration to higher concentration. And number 3, molecules move from a higher concentration to a low concentration across a partially permeable membrane. Uh, Out of these 4 options, we will have D as the correct option. Why? Because 2 describes the active transport, that is from lower concentration to a higher concentration, and number 3 describes the osmosis. It is the definition of osmosis. That's why the option D is correct. Question number 5. Food tests were carried out on a solution containing biological molecules. The table shows the result of the test. Biuret test and Benedict test. The end result of Benedict test when Benedict test is positive is brick red precipitate. But here it is the blue solution. It means it is negative, and Benedict test is for reducing sugars. And Biuret test, the positive result shows the purple solution. So the answer will be A, as it contains protein. Biuret test is for protein, and the Benedict test is for reducing sugar. One thing to keep in mind is polysaccharides, all polysaccharides are non-reducing. All monosaccharides plus all oligosaccharides, or you can just say disaccharides, except sucrose are reducing. Now, question number 6. The graph shows the concentration of maltose produced when amylase digests starch at different pH values. What explains the shape of enzymes work in a specific pH range? After that specific optimum pH range, the pH will start changing the structure of the enzyme, that is denaturation, and the enzyme activity will be reduced. So from X to Y, the shape of the enzyme of active site is changing and does not fit the substrate so well. And that's why the rate of reaction will decrease, and due to the graph shows the maltose concentration. That is why the enzyme activity will be reduced and amylase will be denatured, and it will not convert the starch into maltose, that is substrate into product. Question number 7. The diagram shows a section through part of a leaf from a dicotyledonous plant. Which cells carry out photosynthesis? Now look at the solutions. Number 2, number 3, and number 4. These cells contain the chlorophyll, chloroplast, and that's why these helps in the process of photosynthesis. Question number 8. Which row shows why plants need magnesium ions and nitrate ions? Question number D. Options D. Magnesium ions helps in the formation of the chlorophyll, and nitrate ions helps in the process of amino acids. Question number 9. Root hairs take in water and ions from the soil. One thing to keep in mind, movement of water is always passive. It means it always moves from higher concentration to low concentration, and low concentration of water. And ions, active transport. Which table shows the correct concentration of water and ions in the root hairs? It means the ions in the root hairs will be higher in concentration, and the water concentration will be low in concentration. The concentration of ions will be low in root hairs, and the concentration of water will be like option number A is correct. Substance, water will be lower in the soil and higher in the root hairs, and ions will be higher in the soil and lower in the root hairs. Question number 10. A herbaceous plant growing in a nutrient solution is placed in a well-lit container. Humid air is passed through the container. The speedy movements of the fluid in tissues are and as are measured. The humid air is then replaced by the dry air, and the speed of movement of the fluids are measured again. Which effect does the change to dry air have on the measurements? The answer will be D. Tissue R will be later changed because tissue R is the phloem, while S is the xylem. It greatly increases the upward movement. Why? The process is the transpiration. Transpiration is actually directly proportional, or you can say inversely proportional to humidity. It means the air will be humid, then there will be no transpiration, and in dry air there will be high rate of transpiration, and the phenomenon here is the transpiration pull. Due to the transpiration pull, there is a decrease in the upward movement of water in the xylem. Some of the nutrients. Question number 11. Some of the nutrients in sweet potatoes are listed: calcium, fiber, iron, vitamin C. What nutrient will help to prevent each disease? Calcium in anemia, there is iron deficiency, and in rickets, there is calcium deficiency, and in scurvy, it is vitamin C. So the answer will be A. Question number 12. Four of the organs of the alimentary canal listed. Esophagus is the first one. Which sequence shows the order? Esophagus is the first one, stomach will be second, duodenum will be third, and colon will be fourth. So the answer will be C. A person who has colic disease has flattened villi. It means less surface area. If a person with colic disease eats the same quantity and types of food as a diseased person, they will have lower levels of glucose in the hepatic portal vein. Which rows explain this? Capillaries do not absorb the glucose molecules. No. The surface area of the ileum is reduced. Yes. So the answer will be C. Question number 4: which process does not result in an overall loss of energy from the organism? Respiration can result in the temperature control in human, can result in the germination of seeds, can be the result of overall loss of energy from the organism. Number A, photosynthesis is the process of formation of glucose utilizing the carbon dioxide and water, chlorophyll, and the sunlight. When yeast cells respire anaerobically, which substances is used and which substances are produced? This is yeast actually do alcoholic fermentation. This is the partial breakdown of glucose and results in the production of alcohol and carbon dioxide. In alcoholic fermentation, carbon dioxide will also be produced, always be produced with the alcohol. Which word equation represents the aerobic respiration? In aerobic respiration, glucose and oxygen will be utilized in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Adenosine triphosphate energy. Question number 17: which chamber of the heart has the thickest muscular walls? The answer will be left ventricle, because it pumps blood to whole body for the oxygen, to provide the oxygen to every cell of the body. Question number 18: the diagram shows the human elementary circulatory system. At which point is the pressure of the blood circulating through the blood vessel is the highest? The answer will be A, that is aorta. Aorta, and the chamber will be left ventricle, as we have studied in the last MCQ. This is the left ventricle. Left ventricle pumps the blood to whole of the body through the aorta, and it has the highest blood pressure. Every diagram describes the role of mosquito and plasmodium in the disease of the malaria. The answer will be C. Why is it so? Because plasmodium is the parasite. It is the parasite, and mosquito is the vector that will carry the parasite from one place to the another, and a plasmodium is also the pathogen that is causing the disease. And the parasite has 3 points that live in and on the host. And what is the host? Human body. To get food from it, from the host. Number 3, cause a disease. And here the parasite is not a mosquito, but a plasmodium. Question number 20. The bar chart shows the percentage of a human who had babies with low birth weight. Some of these women were smokers and some were non-smokers. So look at the percentage of the women having babies with low birth weight. The smokers have high percentage of having babies with low birth weight, while non-smokers have less. So smoking is in pregnancy increase the risk of low birth weight. Question number 21: which disease might be treated successfully with the antibiotic? The bacterial disease will be successfully treated with the help of antibiotic. Anemia is a condition, not a disease, and is due to the iron deficiency. You cope with the iron deficiency, your anemia will be treated. Number 2, the cholera. Cholera is the bacterial disease, and this disease is caused by Vibrio cholera, the bacteria. HIV is the viral disease. HIV is the virus, not a disease. The disease is the AIDS. While malaria cannot be treated, it must complete its cycle for the treatment. Question number 22. When babies are born, they have some passive immunity. Passive immunity is caused by inoculation of direct antibodies. Correct? Antibodies. And in natural passive immunity, by feeding to babies, by feeding milk to babies, the antibodies will be transferred to the human, to the baby from the mother. So the answer will be A. Antibodies produced by mother have crossed the placenta. It is also the passive immunity. The baby have developed question number option number B. The baby has developed in a sterile environment. No, the baby has not yet been vaccinated or exposed, and the mother's diet is good for enough. No. So the answer is the appropriate answer will be A. Question number 23. In which structure is there a fluid with a low concentration of urea? This is the renal artery, and this is the renal vein. One thing that you must keep in mind, urea is synthesized in liver, and here the kidney converts urea to urine. The formation of urine is the function of the kidney, and the formation of urea is the function of the liver. So renal artery will carry the urea to the kidney and will leave, and the renal vein will have less urea because urea is being transported to the kidney for the formation of urine. So the answer will be A, the renal vein. Question number 24. A person blinks when an insect flies into the eye. Uh, the effect section is starting from stimulus to sensory neuron, to coordinator, that is brain, to motor neuron, and then effectors. And the effectors in your body are only two, that is muscles plus glands. And here in this case, the muscles will be functional. Number options number D will be correct. That is, receptor cells in the cornea detect the insect. This detection is the function of the receptor, and the stimulus was the insect. Number two, impulses are sent down sensory neurons. This is the second step, and then the relay neurons are present in the brain, and then the motor neuron, brain, and spinal cord. Spinal cord and motor neuron will carry the message to the effectors, that is muscles, and muscles in the eyelid cause the eye to blink. Then question number 25, the graph shows changes in the diameter of a person's pupils while outdoors on a sunny day. At which time did the persons take off their glasses? Diameter of the pupil will be enlarged, and the person will take off the sunglasses. During whole this time there are the intensity of light that is coming into the eye is high. That is why the person pupil size diameter will be less as compared to the point C, where the sunlight intensity is low and the diameter of pupil will be enlarged. Question number 26. The graph shows the blood glucose concentration of a person in the hours after eating the breakfast. Blood glucose level. Now look at this point. This is actually the set point. It is a set point of the blood glucose concentration because the insulin and other secretions in your body helps in maintaining the glucose concentration of the blood. So the midpoint is the 80 milligram per cm cube, because at this point this is a set point, and we have to maintain this concentration in your body, in the human body. Question number 27: which hormone causes blood glucose concentration to be lowered? The insulin lower blood glucose, while glucagon increase the blood glucose level. Which statement about oxygen is correct? Oxygen is equally distributed in plant. Oxygen inhibit the cell elongation? No, it stimulates the cell elongation. Oxygen is made up in the plant stem. Oxygen spreads through the plant from the shoot tip. The answer will be B. The diagram shows some stage in cell division in a fruit fly. Cell X mitosis. Okay, cell X contain 8 chromosomes. So this X contain the 8 chromosomes. How many chromosomes are in Y and Z? So first you look at the process. In mitosis, the number of chromosomes will remains the same. So the parent cell have 8 chromosomes, and after the mitosis, the daughter cell will also have the same number of chromosomes, that is 8. But in meiosis, the number of chromosomes will be halved. So the parent cell is now cell Y, and it has 8 chromosomes. Now in cell Z, that are the daughter cells, uh, during the process of meiosis, so the number of chromosomes will be halved, and that is 4. So the answer will be C. Question number 30: which statement applies to the organisms that reproduce asexually? All the organisms will be identical. Uh, Look at this options of this MCQ. Question option number A: offsprings always grow to the same height. No, height is the phenotype, and phenotype is the result of genotype plus environment. Question option number C: organisms only reproduce asexually during the extreme conditions. No, the reproduction happens by the fusion of diploid nuclei. No, the answer will be B. What is the function of sepals of most flowers to protect the flower birds? Flower birds. Question number 32: which diagram matches the hormone with their function in the preparation of for pregnancy? FSH, it is a follicle stimulating hormone. It stimulates the follicle development. LH, luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing means turning yellow, and it is stimulates ovary to release the egg, that is ovulation. And then the estrogen. Estrogen actually maintains, or it stimulates the ovary to sorry, it it repairs the lining of the uterus following the menstruation. After the menstruation, it repairs the lining of the uterus, and progesterone is released after fertilization. After fertilization, and this is the hormone that actually maintains pregnancy and also maintain the thickening of the lining of the uterus. It maintains pregnancy by maintaining the thickness of the lining of the uterus. So the answer will be B. Question number 33: which row describes the exchange of substances at the placenta? The answer will be D, that is oxygen, glucose, antibodies will pass from mother to the fetus, and from fetus to the mother, the carbon dioxide and urea, that are the waste substances, that will be transported to the mother, and then from mother's body it will be transported outside the body. So the answer will be D. In 34, in a strand of DNA containing 100 nucleotide pairs, there are 100 nucleotide pairs. It means there are 200 bases. Look at this. They are asking about the pairs. So 46 nucleotides contain the base A. How many nucleotides in this DNA strand contain the base T? One thing that you must keep in mind that adenine always get bonded to thymine, and guanine will always get bonded to cytosine, and adenine make two hydrogen bonds and guanine will make three hydrogen bond with the cytosine. So now we have 46 nucleotide bases of adenine, and they are asking about the thymine. So adenine and thymine will always be equal. So 46 adenines and 46 thymine. Now there are 200 total bases, and they have 92 adenine and thymine. So the left will be 108 nitrogenous bases. 108 nitrogenous bases. Out of 108, these 108 will be guanine and cytosine. Guanine and cytosine. So 54 will be guanine and 54 will be cytosine. Adenine in 46, then thymine will also be 46. Out of 200, these both will be 92, and the leftover will be 108. And in 108, half will be guanine and half will be cytosine, that is 54. MCQ number 35. Two brothers have had different blood groups. One was blood group A and the other was blood group B. What can be concluded about their parents' blood group genotypes? A. Both of the parents must be heterozygous. It cannot be true because if one is AB and the other is heterozygous, it can be. Then it can also be the case. So this will not be the our option. In C, both of the parents must be homozygous. No, in this case, there will not be the result of blood group A and the blood group B in the offsprings. In C, one parent must be heterozygous. This is the appropriate answer for our MCQ. This is heterozygous, this is homozygous. So this can be the result, the production of these two genotypes in offsprings. So the answer will be C. 36 MCQ. The diagram shows a fermenter that is used to grow the fungus penicillium to produce penicillin. What is the function of the outer water jet to maintain the fermenter at the constant temperature? Then the 37, the diagram shows four ecological pyramids in food chain. Grass is eaten by the crows. Grass is the producer. The food chain always starts with the producer is eaten by cows. The cows have insects living on their skin. The insects are eaten by the bird. What is the pyramid of biomass? What is the pyramid of numbers? The producers will be eaten by the cows, grass, cows, insects, and birds. This is the pyramid of biomass for these four organisms, and this is the pyramid of numbers for these organisms. Grass is always be at the bottom, and then the cows. Cows are less in number, but are but have large mass as compared to the insects and birds. Now, then the insects are more in number but less in mass. So these are insects, and then the birds. So the answer will be A. Question number 38. The diagram shows a simplified nitrogen cell which process in the cycle happens at stage X. The nitrogen gas in the atmosphere and the compounds with nitrogen in plants. So this is the nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation is the process of fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the living organism. So this is nitrogen fixation. Question number 39. Which change would lead to increase in the biodiversity in an organism? Option A, building a large number of blocks of family dwelling in the city now, increasing the number of cows in a pedigree herd. No, this is if we increase the number of cows, then this will not be a biodiversity. In biodiversity, we have different types of different species located in the same place and time, so different populations must be there for the biodiversity. Option C, replacing a forest with a large palm oil plantation now, stopping fishing in an area of sea for several years, because this is the appropriate option, because we will have different species of fish in the atmosphere, in the sea atmosphere. Sorry, in the sea habitat. In question number 40, areas of tropical rainforest are often cut down and cleared. After cutting down the trees, the areas are normally burnt. What are the effects of this activity? Uh, Atmospheric carbon dioxide. By burning, there is always increase in the concentration of the carbon dioxide. So you will have the appropriate option in C and D. Next, the number of variety of species. No, the variety of species will decrease. The burning of the tropical rainforest will decrease the biodiversity. And then the soil stability. The soil stability will also decrease, and it will increase the nutrient availability. Soil capacity and soil stability is the capacity to limit the nutrient availability of the soil. So this is all about P1. You can ask questions in comments if you have any ambiguity related to this exam.